The program or platform that we're actually going to share with you tonight is a platform called GetFit Mining. This is not something that is new. GetFit Mining has been in development for over the last 3 years. So we're not talking about something that was just created, last week in someone's, garage, or, driving down the road and came up with this bright idea of actually putting together a platform that we're like what we're going to be discussing this evening. This has been well thought out and planned over years, meticulous years of, going through the process of testing and retesting and shifting and reshifting over and over again to come up with what we like to believe is a well-oiled machine. This is a move to earn platform. Like I said, it's been in development for 3 years, and it has morphed and is continuing to morph and be what we're considering to be a groundbreaking platform, all on the blockchain. It's an ecosystem that allows each and every individual that chooses to partake to earn from their physical activity, the things that we already do on a day-to-day basis, whether it be getting out of bed, going to the restroom, going to the kitchen to get something to eat, walking to the car on the way to work, and walking back after work. These are things, even our sleep, these are things that each and every one of us do on a day-to-day basis. However, many of us, most of us, are not getting paid to do so. This particular platform inspires us to actually move more, and this platform allows us to earn in the process. During the development phase of this project, as the creator was actually putting it all together, trying to figure out the right combination, the final product was truly inspired by the original Bitcoin white paper. Why is that so significant? And I definitely want to highlight this so that you can frame your mind around why you even know anything about crypto or blockchain technology today. It's not that it's new, and Bitcoin wasn't the first blockchain. It wasn't the first cryptocurrency in existence. Cryptography's been around for many, many years. Here's the difference. The Bitcoin white paper set out and laid out a foundation by which economies could be developed utilizing cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And the writings that were in, or the teachings and the framework was laid out in the Bitcoin white paper, created a decentralized economic structure that has thrived since its inception. And this platform actually follows this design, and it is a fully decentralized platform with a self-sustaining ecosystem that is driven by, and this is one of the most important things that I like about it, especially for those of you that are listening that have been involved in cryptocurrency for any extended period of time. This is a peer-to-peer community. What that means is that me and you, those that choose to partake or participate in this platform, are the ones that drive it and determines its success or its failure by our participation or lack thereof, which goes back to how we started. We want a thriving community of individuals that want to participate, that see what's here, like what's here, and want to partake or be a part of it long term. And by doing so, we create a community or a culture, if you will, of individuals that drive this community and guide its direction. GetFit Mining is not the only move to earn platform that is in existence. There are many other move to earn platforms. However, they are not decentralized. They are not structured where individuals like me and you can dictate or have control of the overall success or failure of the platform. They're just built different. This project is built different. Currently, and over the last 3 years, this platform has been branded GetFit Mining. Coming soon, everything will be shifting to a new brand, and that brand is called MoveQuest. The reason why we're going moving to MoveQuest is because this name better encapsulates the true essence of what this structure or what this platform actually represents, and will allow individuals like me and you to actually participate in. Yes, the highlight tonight of what we're talking about is the move to earn aspects of the platform. However, the infrastructure that has been put together actually is an infrastructure that allows other mechanisms by which mining can be performed and use the same infrastructure. So MoveQuest better encapsulates the things that will not only now, but in the future fall under the brand or the umbrella of this overall ecosystem that will consistently benefit the members of the community at large. So when I reflect on some of the things that we just mentioned, and I think about GetFit Mining, even in this present state today, the first thing that comes to my mind after, years of experience at this particular point, I say, wow, this is crypto that is actually being done the right way. Why is that? Because this is what we're used to, especially those that are currently in the crypto space or have been in the crypto space for it doesn't even have to be an extended period of time. If have ever been in a platform and you've lost money, if you've ever been in a platform that's no longer in existence, these are the reasons why those things have typically taken place. A lot of crypto projects are projects where, they'll they'll have pre-sale tokens, and the purpose of that is to actually raise the capital, just like in the real world where they're trying to get capital in order to build out their project, their idea, or their concept. The only problem is in the crypto space, when you're doing that, the people that are at risk are the individuals that are buying these pre-sale tokens that currently have no value, and they're attached to something that has never been built, that has not been fleshed out as of yet. And the people managing or behind the project lack the expertise and in most instances, the true long-term commitment to actually see a real product or service actually being brought to the marketplace that the people will actually want to utilize. And then you have the trading platforms. And I don't want to offend any people that are in, know of, or have been in trading platforms that are still standing today that are being run the right way. But the majority of the trading platforms that are out there make promises that are just not, that they're just not, that are, number one, they're unrealistic and they're truly unsustainable. And the only thing that they're doing, number one, they have zero to do with cryptocurrency other than the fact that they may trade it, but they make it seem as though you're in crypto when you are participating in these platforms. But the real thing that's happening is you're only using crypto as a means by which to deposit and withdraw, which typically obfuscates the regulatory agencies or bodies around the world that quote unquote keeps it legal, because the things that they're doing you could not do with fiat currency, the US dollar, the Japanese yen, or whatever the case is. You couldn't do it with fiat, but with crypto, these platforms are able to actually do that. But what ends up happening is they're not able to sustain the trading if they're actually doing any trading at all. And then everybody ends up losing and they have zero recourse on the backside to do anything about it. Then you have smart contract platforms. And I'll just come off the top and say there is absolutely nothing wrong with a smart contract platform that is truly leveraging the power of blockchain technology, which is phenomenal. Here's the problem that happens with most smart contract platforms. Either A, you have programmers that have actually programmed backdoors that allow them to siphon funds or siphon assets out of the smart contract as individuals like you and myself actually start to participate. Once the numbers get large enough, then they're able to go in and liquidate. or they lack an actual product, service, or solution that will encourage individuals to stay engaged with the platform or the project on an ongoing basis. And once the first people that came in start to withdraw, and there's no more new people coming in, they ultimately fail. Funds are locked in the smart contract, but they can't come out the other side because there's no new money, there's no new participation to push it through. So ultimately, people lose. Then you just have the flat out scams. Projects that, at the beginning, they look good, they sound good, everything's working well in the very beginning, but the people behind them had negative intent out the gate. There was never going to be a long-term project that you were going to be profitable with. Yes, by all means, they allow some people to come in and make some money so that they typically, these projects get to big leaders first, because they know these big leaders have large networks that they can actually help grow and bring a lot of revenue or liquidity, I should say, into the platform, only to go off and you wake up one morning and the website is gone. There's nobody to call, nobody to contact. It's decentralized, it's deregulated, it's decentralized. There's no authorities you can reach out to because you don't even know who to tell them took it. We're constantly putting our funds or our resources into platforms where we don't have enough information, we don't know enough, or the platform that we're participating, not necessarily because of ill intent, but because of true structure, they're designed to fail. What makes MoveQuest, or I should say GetFit Mining, soon to be MoveQuest, stand out? What makes it different than the other things that we just mentioned? Now, before I go further, that doesn't mean that there are not good crypto projects that are out there. There's plenty of them. But for some reason, we always find ourselves in the ones that are not. And a lot of that comes down to the research that comes behind the scenes to know and identify what a real project looks like, what elements need to be there in order for it to be sustainable. And I always like to start with this, or at least convey this at some point. There is no way, I don't care if it's in the crypto space or outside of the crypto space, that a project can last long term if it does not have these things: a product or a service or a solution that people need or want in large numbers. If one of those three things doesn't exist and people need it or want it in large numbers, there's no way for it to continue to thrive. It will fizzle, it will fail over time, some more rapidly than others. So as I came to know GetFit Mining, these are some of the things that truly stood out to me, because there was a product that was being offered. There was a product that was being offered. And as I kept doing my research and looking at all of the elements that was in it, not only myself, but I started seeing and identifying other people that were taking interest in what it was offering. Because the move to earn space and the health aspects of it is something that, a lot of people, that is important to a lot of people. And the notion that you can actually be paid or compensated to do the things that we're already doing on a day-to-day basis told me that, wait a minute, that will cause people to continue to come back if the ecosystem is structured in a manner in which number one, it allows them to do it, and two, they have a reason to want to do it. So behind all of that, we have a competent development team. We have a creator and a developer that number one, have the expertise and experience and definitely the level of commitment shown by the 3 years that they've already put into the project, developing and testing to get it to the point where we're at today. And beyond that, the creator herself said, you know what, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, because I see why projects continue to fail. I see projects causing the Herschels and the U's to use your money to fund their projects. So what she did was she said, I'm going to fund this entire project myself out of pocket, and spent over 3 years, and yes, multiple 7 figures to get it to where we are now. So that tells me commitment is in the air. We have a committed team that's willing to put it on the line for something that they actually believe in. I can follow that. The other thing that truly intrigued me was, again, because it was self-funded, that means that there's no investors. And when there's no investors, that means, typically when an investor invests in something, they want something in return. And in crypto projects, that's usually an allotment of tokens that they are, I don't want to say awarded, that they are issued prior to the project actually launching. So they're sitting over here in return for their investment. They get a lot of the tokens, which goes back to the first example I gave earlier about what we are used to in this space. That's what we're used to. But what ends up happening, and it's no fault of these investors, but once me and you come into the project, whether they have finished building out the project or not, when we come into the project, we are now providing liquidity to the project that ultimately helps the value of the token increase. And when that happens, investors that are sitting on those large sums, and now they're able to go to the market and sell their tokens. And if you were them, you would do the same thing. Why? Because that is them recouping their investment plus profit. But you and I are the ones that end up paying for that with nothing in return. That's why most of them fail. So no allotment of tokens given to investors. The developers nor the creator were issued or allotted any tokens either. Can you imagine a platform that was developed by someone to launch to the public, and they basically spend their money funding the entire project, and then they turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to have to earn my profit the same way everybody else does. I have to purchase miners. I have to evolve my miners, and I have to move every day just like they do. Why would someone do that? All of this can be verified on the blockchain. Why is that? Because the blockchain doesn't lie. You can go and see all the tokens, where they went and where they are today, all on the blockchain. That's the beauty of blockchain technology. It's completely transparent. So when you have the level of commitment that we are talking about, you have the fact that we as individuals are not coming in actually funding the project to get it off the ground. It's already working. It's already been tested. It's solid. And more importantly, it's totally decentralized, meaning even if the creator wanted to do something, there's no one person or no small group of individuals that can actually keep us from receiving that which is ours. Why? Because it's all managed by smart contracts that have already been deployed and renounced. Anything that has anything to do with our actual mining and receiving digital rewards for that proof of physical activity has been launched to the blockchain, and the smart contracts are what is actually distributed back to us, because those smart contracts are programmed to say, if this then that, if we do this, we get that. And it does it all on the blockchain. And the way this system has been structured, going back to that peer-to-peer community, where as we engage in the ecosystem, the way everything is laid out, our participation does create the funding aspect. Yes, that's no different than the real world. We buy products and services that pay that companies generate profits from, and they turn around and take those profits and they pay the employees that actually do the work, provide the labor to create those products and services. And then those people go home, pay their mortgages, and buy goods and services all over again, creating a circular economic table, so to speak, that we all live in and that we're familiar with today. Well, this is a self-funding ecosystem, much like what we use today or what we're familiar with today in the real world. So it's definitely a community-driven project in that our participation definitely determines how the value of this of the assets within the ecosystem will actually look days, weeks, months, years to come. And then the liquidity provision. There's various mechanisms that are put in place, not only with the way it's been structured, but just the mechanics of it in and of itself. The system itself helps itself stabilize value and price. And as you participate with this platform, as you go, and for those of you that are traders or investors that study charts and look at charts, you can actually see the evidence of that over the last 35, 36 days or so, reflected on the charts as to how this economy actually works. With this ecosystem, there's various components that actually make the mining process work. And we bring the physical activity. The platform provides us with the GetFit Mining app. And this app is available for download on Android and iOS devices. It syncs with Google Fit and Apple Health to track users' activities. And these are the 5 categories that it monitors on a daily basis. It monitors your steps, distance that you physically travel with your human effort, calories, workouts, and sleep. These are the things that we are being looked at or monitored for on a daily basis. And the apps on our phones, Apple Health, if you would iOS, Google Fit with Android, actually monitor that data, feed it into the GetFit Mining app, and it tabulates and brings it all together inside the app. And what happens is it actually issues a number of shares that we generate on a daily basis. And then those shares determine how much we receive in digital rewards on a daily basis. So the more we move, the more we actually get to earn. But in order for that to happen, any individual that wants to earn those digital rewards has to have a miner. So earnings depend on a combination of the proof of physical activity that we bring and the mining capacity that we actually acquire as a user. This somewhat gamifies the experience in that the whole goal here is to have as much mining capacity as we can have and perform the most physical activity as we can on a daily basis. The reason why is because we are able to earn more the more shares we can produce on a daily basis. Because of this, it motivates users to stay active. It forces people to get up off the couch that's been sedentary for a long period of time. It forces people to or brings it to forefront of mind when people are at work. Instead of going to the elevator just to go down 1, 2, 3 flights of floors, they decide to take the stairs instead. When they go to the grocery store or Walmart or to the mall, they don't worry about finding the closest spot to the handicap locations. It's okay to park at the back of the parking lot. Why? Because they're actually getting paid to walk to the front door, as well as when they get inside. These are the things that are affecting and impacting people on a day-to-day basis with this platform while we speak. So with these miners, in order to participate, each individual user has to have at least one digital miner, at least one. However, these miners, everybody starts at the exact same spot. As you can see here on the screen, everybody starts with what is now called a Lenny miner. This Lenny miner has a 50% mining capacity. The beautiful part of this is, based on what we said before, the whole goal is to have as much mining capacity as each individual can have working for them at any given point in time based on their ability, financial ability to acquire the mining capacity. So what does that look like? Anybody can evolve their miners for more mining power at any time. We'll talk more about that momentarily. But each user can have up to 7 miners working for them at any point in time. And there's currently 5 different levels of miners. A person can mix and match or evolve. We all start here, and they can evolve up to any one or any combination of these miners as they would like, or as they are able to. So we have the app, we have the miners, and then we have the mining docks. This is where, when I say you can have up to 7 working for you at any given point in time, that is because within this platform presently, there's 7 available docking slots. Each user gets the first docking slot for free. And then, as you can see, each additional docking slot, it has an escalating cost associated with them being unlocked in order for you to use them. You can unlock 1 or more at any point in time, up to a total of 7. So once a person actually gets their miners, these are the mining dock slots that they will have to put them in order to start earning. And like I said before, the whole goal with this platform is to have as many miners docked with as high of a mining capacity as a user can get at any given point in time. We talked momentarily about being able to evolve the miners up for more power. What does that look like? Everybody comes in at the same spot, a Lenny miner. Okay, this is where everybody starts. But this is also the beginning of what we like to call the gamification aspect of the platform. It makes it somewhat competitive. And competitive means different things for different people, whether it's competition against the platform as a whole, whether it's competition against your friends and family that are participating in the platform or the ecosystem, or whether it's gamification or competition that you have within yourself to drive yourself to do more, just a little bit more each and every day, to push yourself to your, not necessarily your limits, but to push yourself to progressively increase your physical activity over time. That's going to mean something different for each and every person. However, with that additional physical activity, when you match it up with more mining capacity, that equals more digital reward, which means more wealth or income or ability. I'd like to say it adds to your ability to find freedom, if you will. So everybody starts with a $50 Lenny. a person can start, have to have at least one, but you can acquire as many Lennies as you would like. However, only 7 can go to work for you at one time. Each one of them has a 50% mining capacity. Should you like to increase the mining capacity of your Lenny miner, you can evolve it up to a primary miner, which will double the power of the Lenny miner, up to a primary that has 100% mining capacity for 30 USDT. Keep in mind that everything that we're talking about right now and everything that we're doing right now is on the Avalanche blockchain. So this would be USDT on the Avalanche blockchain. Should you desire more mining power, you can then, and this is for each individual one that you have. So if you can take that primary miner that you just evolved to, and you can evolve it up to an ultra miner, for which will give you an additional 25% mining capacity up to 125 total for 40 USDT. For more power, you can evolve the ultra miner up to an alpha miner, which will boost your power up to 175% power for 60 USDT. At this point, should an individual want to max this thing out and have the most mining capacity docked as in one miner that they can, they would want to acquire an Omega miner. But to get an Omega miner, it's a little different. You can't evolve up to it. You have to merge into it. To do so, an individual would have to, whether it be all at once at the same time or over time, an individual would have to start and have at least 2 Lenny miners that they take through this evolution process from Lenny to primary to ultra to alpha, and have 2 alphas that they could then merge into one Omega. The cost to actually merge the alphas is presently, while we're going through the rebrand to move from GetFit to MoveQuest, is currently discounted $20 each to 100 USDT each, for a total of 200 USDT, a $40 discount from the original price at this time to get an Omega. And a person can have up to 7 Omegas docked. So what's the difference? If a person had 7 Lennies docked, well, if they had 1 docked, they would have 50% mining power. And I just want to highlight this real quick, because this platform has a barrier of entry that just about anybody on the planet can either participate in now or plan to participate in, because we're looking at, on the low end, to participate being somewhere in the neighborhood, all in, buying your miners, having enough crypto to pay for gas fees and transaction fees to last you for a while, about 65 to 70 US dollar value of crypto. A person can actually participate in this platform. So even if a person is like, I don't know enough, I'm skeptical, or whatever the case is, we're talking about a $65 to $75 or $65 to $70 capital outlay in order to participate and start earning. And that's another way you can actually learn, doing your research with very low risk. But for individuals that come in that see what's going on and they want to participate, and they say, well, wait a minute, I can come in with 7 Lenny miners and 50% mining capacity each would give me 350% mining capacity over just 50, which means I would be able to earn that much more. And then we go to the far extreme for those individuals that say, wait a minute, I really see it, and I understand that the number of tokens that people are, or digital rewards that people are able to get today, is going to be a lot less in the future. So I want to get as much mining capacity as I possibly can right now, because I'm able to earn more tokens per day now than, let's say, 6 months from now, when there's tens of thousands of people participating in the platform. Why is that significant? Go back to the beginning when I said this platform follows or mimics the writings or the blueprint, if you will, that was outlined by the Bitcoin white paper. As such, we're also following their tokenomics to a large degree. And one of those things is we only have 21 million tokens that will ever be in circulation, just like Bitcoin. Every 4 years, Bitcoin has what they call a Bitcoin halving, where the number of tokens that the Bitcoin miners are able to receive on a daily basis gets cut in half. Well, every 4 years with MoveQuest, the number of tokens that are being distributed every day will get cut in half. So right now, the tokens that are being distributed on a daily basis are going to what is presently about 14 to 15 people per day. But the value of the token is steadily rising. So the more tokens you get now, as the community continues to grow and as the value of the digital asset continues to grow over time, the more of them you get today, the more wealth you can digital wealth you can have when the token is much higher. And because more people are going to be coming onto the platform, the token distribution does not increase. It stays static for 4 years, and then it gets cut in half. So you want to acquire as many of them, not investment advice, just my opinion. You want to acquire as many of them as you can early on to capitalize on that in the future. Because the way this is structured, we truly believe with the smart contracts, an ecosystem that's self-sustaining, we truly believe that it is something that will be here for years to come. We talked about the fact that we bring the proof of physical activity. The platform provides the application that compiles all the data and puts it all together to track everything. Then we have the miners that each and one of us that mine have to have in order to be active and start earning digital rewards on a daily basis. We talked about the mining docks that we have to put those miners in. And we discussed the evolution process that allows individuals to obtain more mining power or capacity to generate more digital rewards or profits within the ecosystem. But anytime we're talking about technology and you start hearing words like tracking, monitoring, health information, or physical activity data, all those type of things, many people start thinking about their privacy and wanting to know, wait a minute, are they selling my data? The answer is no. Your data is not being shared with anyone. Why? Because your privacy does matter. And MoveQuest prioritizes that privacy by ensuring that personal information is never shared with third parties or is ever stored on any servers. But here's the thing. Number one, you never have to provide any of your personal information to begin with. So they couldn't disseminate that information to anyone else if they wanted to. They couldn't store it if they wanted to, because this is a decentralized platform and all transactions occur directly on the blockchain. And when you're having all the transactions occur on the blockchain, you're not a person, you are a wallet address. This guarantees complete transparency and privacy protection for all users on the platform. And I love to end and highlight with this. We talk about financial gains and the fact that we can earn, digital rewards. And you know what? That's great. And the reason why I think that's great is because the financial gain and rewards is what actually has all of us on this call right now. But beyond all the financial gains, more important than the money, or in some people's eyes, of course, equally as important, is the fact that this platform promotes health and fitness, overall well-being, people becoming more mobile, people actually being able to reduce their stress levels and things of that nature. I'm not a doctor, so I can't go into the other medical things that we're seeing people actually experience that's been utilizing this platform. And again, we launched on the Avalanche chain a little over 30 days ago, but the platform, the infrastructure, and many of the people have actually been participating and utilizing this platform for a good while now. And the health aspects has actually kept a lot of them here over the financial gain and financial reward. Being motivated to move more, to stay more active, however, is what determines the financial reward with this platform, because the more you move, the more power you have, the more you're able to actually earn within this ecosystem. So for those of you that are new and you're saying, okay, well, what does it take to get started? If I did want to move forward with this, what would that picture actually look like? Well, number one, you would want to speak with the person that shared this with you, or get engaged with some of our social media platforms to really find out and be able to determine how many miners you would like to start with, how far you would like to evolve them, if you want to evolve them at all, because that is totally optional. That once you do that, you'll be able to determine how many docking slots you will be opening when you first get started. Once you know that information, then you will know how much crypto you need to put into the next step, which is your decentralized wallet that has or allows you to have access to a dApp browser. A dApp browser allows you access to the decentralized internet, and the decentralized internet, which is commonly called Web 3.0, allows you to bypass the middleman that we're used to using when we go to Amazon and other websites to purchase things, and we use our debit or credit card. That's all being done through a third-party payment processor. But when you roll over to Web 3.0, which is the decentralized internet, now we're able to move the middleman out of the way, and we're able to actually have our digital wallets directly interact with the website in and of itself, where we have the ability to transact directly with the end user. And in this case, that is the GetFit Mining platform, allowing us to approve or disapprove of any transactions that's taking place directly. So when it comes to having a decentralized wallet or dApp wallet, many of you may already have a wallet. I highly recommend using MetaMask for ease of use and the fact that it is readily available at full scale and full operability on mobile devices as well as on PC. However, you can use Trust Wallet, Token Pocket, or many other Rabby Wallet, or many other wallets that are out there. It is my experience that MetaMask, however, especially for those of you that are new to the crypto space, to simplify the onboarding process. Once you've determined how much crypto you need and you've established a wallet, now you will need to fund that wallet with AVAX. Why AVAX? AVAX is the native token to the Avalanche blockchain. And what that means for those of you that are new is that anytime you do a transaction on a blockchain, they have what's called gas fees. Think about it like a toll booth. You have to pay a toll every time you use the blockchain. So AVAX is the token on the Avalanche blockchain that will always need to be in your wallet at some level. Transaction fees are relatively inexpensive. You're looking at blockchain fees of 2, 3, 4, 5 cents per transaction, somewhere in that neighborhood. So you'll always have to or need to have some AVAX in your wallet. But if you're using MetaMask specifically, you could then swap AVAX directly into MQT, which will be needed in order to purchase your miners, your Lenny miners. It will also be needed to unlock the docking slots that we spoke of. And also, if you're using MetaMask, you can actually swap AVAX directly into USDT on the Avalanche chain, directly inside of your wallet, and use this for those that choose to evolve up to higher powered miners. For those that decide to use Trust Wallet or some of the other wallets, I may not know about some of the other ones, whether they'll allow you to swap internally or not. Trust Wallet, however, does not allow you to swap from one token to the other on the Avalanche chain. At that point, you can use Trust. The only difference is that you will need to connect your wallet to Uniswap. Uniswap is the largest decentralized exchange in the world, so it's safe to go to. And that happens to be the only exchange that the MQT token is presently listed on at this time. So there's no other place to go get it. Once you've funded your wallet, the next thing you're going to want to do is to make sure you have obtained an activation code from the person that shared the platform with you. When you receive this activation code, it will take you to the GetFit Mining Web3 site, and then you will connect your DeFi wallet to it, and you will proceed with following the steps that are on the screen, 1 through 6. There's 6 boxes on the screen. You will take your time and actually go from one box to the next, completing the 6 steps. We do have step-by-step walkthrough videos that will take you through this process for those of you that are new, whether you're new to crypto or not. Having a guide to go through these steps definitely simplifies the process. At the end of going through those 6 steps, one of the last things that you will do is download the GetFit Mining app. Once you do that, you now will be, well, this setup process can be done on a phone or a PC. The setup process. Once you complete the setup process, however, you will have to move to a mobile device in order to download the GetFit Mining app, because that is where all the magic happens. That is the device that you're going to have with you on a day-to-day basis that will allow the platform to monitor and compile your physical activity data on a daily basis so that you can get rewarded for it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you for, being here this evening, taking the time to listen to what I had to say. I hope something that you've heard encourages you or entices you to want to find out a little bit more if you're not already ready. For those of you that say, hey, this is not for me, we thank you for being here anyway. But I want to ask you one question. It doesn't matter whether you participate in GetFit Mining or you do not participate in GetFit Mining. This is a fact. You're going to move this evening. You're going to move tomorrow. The Lord willing to wake you up, you're going to move the next day. Why not get paid for it? We ask you to join the momentum. Mr. Ken Francis, I'm going to shoot it back over to you to see if there's any questions or any things that you want to add to this evening's presentation, and go from there.
Not at all, my friend. That was incredible. I have nothing to add. I mean, I think the questions in the chat are you covered it as they were coming in. I mean, there's a few, covering certain things, but a lot of this, if you have 7 docs, how much potential earnings on average? I mean, that's kind of a moving target based on a couple of things, Where is help video? Awesome, awesome. Yep, yep. Yeah. Is there any strategy we want to follow when involving our miners? So, some of the things we covered earlier, we'll have that recording out there as well, in the recording section in the Telegram. I guess I'll put that in here for those that are new that are wanting to see the recordings and training and things of that nature. I'll pop that in here for you all, so
I'm
you
gonna
have that.
put a link in the chat with a walkthrough video that I did. It's not
Okay, good.
finished. I'm gonna put some more things with it just so
Okay,
everybody will know. But
right,
for the sake of right now, I am going to put a quick link in the chat that
great.
is a walkthrough video. Once a person has established, they have a DeFi wallet, they've already determined how much they're going to be putting into the project or what have you, and they already have their wallet funded. From that point, this video will walk them through everything that needs to be done on the GetFit Mining site itself. Just know that to simplify things a little bit more, hopefully by tomorrow, I will have the front end videos done. For those of you that were not able to be on this afternoon's call, where we talked about strategy and how to structure your account and how to best maximize, the resources that you have as you're going through and acquiring your miners and going through the evolution process. We covered how to look at that and how to figure out what's the best route to go for you in your financial situation. Moving forward, I will have a video that will actually take some of the common dollar amounts and kind of put those together. I hate to call them packages because they're not packages, but
Right.
okay, I got $600. What should I do? Boom, here you
Yeah.
go. I got 250. What should I do? Here you go. I got 2,300.
Yeah.
Just to
The
make
price
it a
points.
quick
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
for people to
Price
be
points.
able
Yeah.
to know what to work with or what
Right.
have you. So between today and tomorrow, I'll have that ready as well, and we'll put this in a more formal location and format. However, I'm gonna go ahead, if I can find it real quick, and drop that link into the chat just for in case there's someone that's ready to go right now that will be able to use it as a guide to kind of go ahead and follow through. Again, it's not a finished product yet, but the video is, but there will be more to come with it. I'm
All
dropping
good.
it here right.
I'm sure we can use it. I'm sure people can use it. Absolutely. Those are the links, folks. You got the Facebook community, the global Telegram, the Twitter, the CoinMarketCap community, and Herschel just posted the link for the content that he created
I
as well.
apologize. I don't have a title. Rita beat me to it. I was trying to I was trying to put a title on there, but yeah, it's
You can reply right there. Yeah. Oh, I
yeah.
see. Yeah. All good. Don't worry. We'll tighten it up.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to feel. There we go.
No fatigue. We have the well talk. I guess we can cover that real quick. Um, Possible for whales. There, yeah, there. Catherine got it. Yes,
Well,
there are out there, obviously, but yeah, there's levels
one
to
of the
that.
things that people have to understand about the DeFi space is that when you go to a decentralized exchange and you buy tokens and you see the price, let's just say you went to a DeFi exchange and the price was, especially when you're looking at low liquidity pools, when you go and you look at a price, and let's say it's $10, and a person comes in and they drop $20,000. Well, if it was $10 and they were buying $100 worth of it, they may get 10 tokens. But in the DeFi space, you come and drop that much money at one time. Yes, it's at $10 right now, but your 20,000 drives the price up. And the person buying it, gets the token at the price they drive it up to. So yes, they're going to get 20,000 worth of the token, but they may be buying that token. I'm just making up a number just for concept purposes, but they may be they're not getting the token at $10 anymore. They're getting the token, let's say at $16, $18, because they drove the price up to that. And if they turn around and sell, let's say the price goes up to $21, and then they turn around and sell, what happens? They get the price that they drive it down to. So trading in the DeFi space looks a little different if you're a whale. I'm not taking anything away from some good traders out there, but whales have to be careful because they drive the price up. They have to take into consideration human nature. Individuals sell when they drive prices like that. So it can be just as risky for whales at the same time. So just my 2 cents on that, not financial advice, not predicting the future, but the way this ecosystem is structured, we have a liquidity provision that definitely helps maintain stabilization. And the larger we grow the community, the larger the liquidity pool becomes, the more stable this entire platform will be long term. But you also have to take into consideration this. There's very few tokens in circulation. So if a person came in and wanted to quote unquote buy up all the tokens, they would be driving the price up considerably in doing so. And in order for them to make a profit, they would have to hold that for a while. And if people are, again, we like seeing buys and sales, of course, because we're all here to see financial reward. The platform is structured for us to be able to pay that light bill, pay that car note, go on vacation. We're early in the game. I like it when y'all sell, not y'all, but I like it when people say that's sitting on bags that sell those tokens right now. I'd rather see them sell it now than to see it when we got $1,000 coin, because they're pulling even less liquidity out of the market. Ebbs and flows. It's an economy. Any thriving economy has to produce buying opportunities and selling opportunities. Big whale comes in and they sell. Yeah, they may get a little profit, but what did they just do? They just created a buying opportunity for somebody that's like, dang, I missed it when it was $27 yesterday, day before yesterday. I missed it. I'm waiting for the next opportunity to grab it at that point. It goes both ways. It was on sale. But whales are going to participate in any market. It's an open market. If we said, oh, no, we're going to keep the whales out, that wouldn't be a decentralized economy that I would want to be a part of, because that means it's basically saying it's not open for all of us to take advantage of everything that's being offered. At the same time, as a member of this community, as a part of this platform, I would like to see us all work with the mindset that we're thinking long term and allow the platform to get more people, allow the liquidity to increase so that when price stabilizes, it stabilizes at a much higher value for all of us. But I do have confidence, based on the way the ecosystem is structured, that it will thrive. Why? Because liquidity is coming in every day. Where's it coming from? Every time you click submit, there's a blockchain fee, but there's also an ecosystem transaction fee that's feeding liquidity from every single miner that's in the mining docks, is contributing to the ecosystem every single day. Remember before I mentioned in the very beginning, I said a project has to have a product, service, or solution that people either need or want in large numbers to keep them coming back. Everybody that's presently mining right now and everybody that will mine in the future is here for a reason. There's a product that they want. There's something that they want. They may not need it. Some people do. But you know what they want? They want the digital reward. In order to get the digital reward, we have to do two things. We have to provide the physical activity, and we have to pay them submission fees every single day. Those submission fees is where the economy thrives. And when we want more digital rewards, what else do? We evolve our miners up. How do we evolve up? We evolve in USDT. Where does that go? Into liquidity. We are using the ecosystem the way it was designed. As such, the ecosystem is self-funding and keeps liquidity coming in on an ongoing basis. And when you say, oh, okay, well, you just no, I didn't hear anything about some fees, some ongoing. You don't have to submit. I like it when you don't. Why? Because that's less tokens that we have to split with other users. But if you have the miners and you're moving every day anyway, and the reward is more than the fee, why wouldn't you click it? Why wouldn't you submit it? And if the reward is not more than the fee, it's only for one reason. Two reasons. One, your battery dead, your phone ain't working, something ain't connecting, or you're not moving. Other than that, submitting you're always going to see something positive on the other side of a submission. And as the value of the token goes up, so will the submission fee. But as long as I'm making more than it costs me to submit, I'm gonna keep clicking it. And I believe most of you are gonna do it too. As a result, liquidity continues to come into the ecosystem, whether new people come or not. That's how this platform is designed. It doesn't need new people. New people just makes it better. That's all I got, Ken.
Yeah, that last 15 might have been the strongest I've ever seen you, bro. That was yeah, if y'all didn't get it then, I don't know what to say.